Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and, as you know, share a bit of the Word of God. I'm so glad you joined me on this Wednesday morning for a hot cup of Joe and a hot cup of the Word. Now, today's Torah portion is taken from the Torah portion of Vayera, which means He appeared. And so where we're going to be at is Genesis chapter 20, verses 1 through 13. And so the title of today's devotional is Half-Truths Are Just Full of Trouble. So, then Abraham journeyed from there to the land of the Negev and settled between Kadesh and Shur, while he was dwelling as an outsider in Gerar. Abraham said to his wife, "She is my sister." Abraham said of his wife, "She is my sister." So King Abimelech of Gerar sent for her and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream at night, and he said to him, "Behold, you are as good as dead, because of the woman whom you have taken, since she is a married woman." Now Abimelech had not come near to her, so he said, "My lord, will you slay a nation even though innocent? Didn't he say to me, 'She's my sister'?" And she herself even said, "He's my brother. I did this with the integrity of my heart and guiltlessness of my hands." Then the Lord said to him in a dream, "Yes, I myself knew that you did this with the integrity of your heart. So I myself prevented you from sinning against me. That is why I did not allow you to touch her. So now return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and let him pray for you, and you will live. But if you do not return her, know that you will surely die, you and all who is yours." And Abimelech arose early in the morning and called his servants and spoke all these words in their ear, and the men were very frightened. Then Abimelech called to Abraham and said to him, "What have you done to us? And how have I sinned against you that you brought this great sin upon me and my kingdom? You've done things that shouldn't be done." And Abimelech said to Abraham, "What motivated you to do this thing?" And Abraham said, "Because I thought, there is certainly no fear of God in this place, so they'll kill me because of my wife. And besides, she really is my sister. She's my father's daughter, though not my mother's daughter. Then she became my wife. So when God made me wander away from my father's house, I said to her, 'This is your loyalty that you must show me. In every place we go, say of me, he is my brother.'" So we see here that Abraham technically didn't lie. He told the truth, but he did kind of lie because he lied by omission. In other words, he left out very important, very pertinent, very relevant information that would have changed the whole ballgame. But because he was afraid, he held back necessary information, and he ended up in this big kerfuffle that we just read about. Now, Proverbs 29:25 says, "The fear of man will prove to be a snare." Oh boy, did it ever play out in the passage we just read. "But one who trusts Adonai will be kept safe." So basically, it boils down to, do we trust God or not? Are we full of faith or full of fear? Because fear is the opposite of faith. And as a believer in Messiah Yeshua, and a belief in the one true God of the universe, of the Bible, there's no way we should be afraid. Because 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." When you are full of faith, you are fearless. You are so fearless you can face hungry lions as Daniel did, and he came out unscathed. Now, he wasn't counting on coming out unscathed. He was ready to die. He was ready to be chewed up by those lions. But because he showed his faith in God, God decided to rescue him for the greater glory of his name. So half-truths are full of trouble. Let's always be diligent to tell the truth, regardless of the fear of whatever outcome may ensue because of us telling the truth. Because our God is a God of truth, and Satan is the father of lies, and we don't want to be associated with him or put in his camp in any way, shape, or form. So let's trust God and be truthful. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom, and God bless.